Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a liver and gallbladder stone test here. This is apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar made by Bragg, and we have three quite large liver and gallbladder stones in here. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to take before and after video. We're going to add the apple cider vinegar and completely cover the stones and see how much they dissolve or don't dissolve, and put this to the test here. Alright, so there it is right there. If I bring this camera right into vision so that the top and the bottom of the glass are exactly there, we'll take before and after pictures of the exact same distance. And I'll take one at 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and 30 minutes, and we'll see what happens to these stones for liver and gallstone research. Alright. This is now 10 minutes later, and I'll have to compare images later, but it doesn't look like they've shrink at all or dissolved, so we'll just keep going. Even we'll try 24 hours or 48 hours, and if they don't shrink, then the malic acid and apple cider vinegar might not really do much at all for dissolving liver stones. So we'll see. We'll keep it going. We don't know yet, so keep informed here, keep watching, and we'll find out the answer to this. This is now 20 minutes later. I don't physically kind of see much happening with them still. The apple cider vinegar is not getting murky. Nothing seems to be coming off. They seem to be the same size. So we'll try back in another 10 minutes. This is now 30 minutes after adding the apple cider vinegar, and still apparently doesn't look like anything has happened. We'll keep on trying. Try back in another 10 minutes here. 40 minutes later, still doesn't look like anything's happening. Try back in another 10. Well, it's now 50 minutes later and nothing happened, except one thing did happen. This stone right here is now floating, so that's quite very interesting that now it's floating after between 40 and 50 minutes, somewhere between there it started floating. So that's the only thing that's really happened. Other than that, I'll check back in another 10. That'll be an hour, and 10 more minutes will be an hour, and then we'll see. We'll maybe check back in another hour or something. Alright folks, 1 hour later, 60 minutes in, and now both these two are floating. So now two of them are floating, but actually they appear to be exactly the same size. The apple cider vinegar is not murky or changing color. Nothing's dissolving. So basically that's 1 hour into it, and I mean this is completely drenched right in the apple cider vinegar. This is not just taking a 1 or 2 ounce shot of apple cider vinegar and having it go through your body and digestive system. This is directly soaked right in the apple cider vinegar. So that's 1 hour into it. They started floating about 45-55 minutes in, those two, and we'll check back later and see if anything else changes. So this is now an hour after that, so a total of 2 hours, and all three are floating. But not only that, there's a lot of little particles all around the stones, and they are dissolving. I touched them and they're all soft around the first few 3 or 4 millimeters, all soft and squishy. So yeah, apparently it does dissolve them. It seems to take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to start dissolving. So if you would ask me if they actually, taking apple cider vinegar shots does a lot for dissolving stones, not really. As compared to a liver flushing these stones out, dissolving the gallbladder stones with apple cider vinegar, at least, it does help, and it does have an effect, but does it do a lot? And I don't know about that. It does something, but because these are soaked in pure apple cider vinegar, and you know, so yeah, it does something, and apple cider vinegar is good for you in general, and so it's still very good to use, and I recommend still taking shots of apple cider vinegar before leading up to a liver flush. So I'll check back in another few hours or so here and see how much more they dissolve. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is about 5 hours from the first time I added the apple cider vinegar, and look at all that stuff coming off of the stones now. That is bile that has basically dissolved into liquidy soft form, as you can see now. So yeah, that definitely has an effect. This one stone here was a bit harder, it looked like, and so it has less of that stuff coming off of it, but it also softened up the outer layer of it. So malic acid and apple cider vinegar can dissolve stones. It does have the properties. I'm also gonna now also test some other stones just in water for this same amount of time. We'll keep this going, and we'll compare to just water, adding water. So that is quite dissolving there. You can see all the little green that's come off of it, and the stones are very soft now, so pretty cool. So ladies and gentlemen, this is about 15 hours later after adding, look at this, it's all dissolving up. Green bile stuff is coming out of the stones and dissolving big time, and the stones are all really soft. Yeah, so over time it definitely dissolves. So I would recommend, if you keep taking apple cider vinegar, say 3 shots a day for a couple weeks, you know, that's probably going to have a little bit of an effect of softening them up and breaking them up. But ultimately, the liver flush is what's really going to get rid of these stones and really clean out all this toxic sludge and bile stones. So thanks for watching. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are 30 minutes into the stones in water, and nothing happened so far. Just as the same as apple cider vinegar. So we'll try back in another 10, and then another 10, and then after an hour, another hour. So we'll check back at another 10. This is 30 minutes into it now. 40 minutes into it, nothing dissolving, no changes. Try back in 10. 50 minutes in, and still nothing's happening. And here we are 60 minutes in. The stones have no changes. We'll try back later. This is now 3 hours later after putting them in the water, and no bile green stuff is coming off and stuff. So we'll try back in some more hours here. Alright. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is 17 hours later, and the stones did not dissolve to the point where there was green biley oily stuff coming out of them and the dissolving part. The reason why this one over here, I'm pointing at this one over here, the top one over there is changed, deformed a bit, is because I squeezed it to see if it got softer. And yes, they do get softer, so drinking lots of water will help soften the stones, but they are not going to release the stones out of your liver and gallbladder just by drinking water, and it does not dissolve and break down the stones as the way that you're going to get some of the stones leaching out of the liver and helping make more room. But I do recommend, if you do possibly get a stone stuck, that drinking plenty of lots of water on a daily basis will help soften the stone in the bile duct a little bit and help it to pass through, as well as taking niacin 100 to 500 milligrams and taking Epsom salts with water every day. until the stones pass. So basically, in the end, this was the control experiment with water, and apple cider vinegar dissolves stones. Water softens stones but does not dissolve it. So there you have it. And also, if you look at the water slightly turned a little bit greenish, so a little bit kind of dissolved into the water, but not very much dissolving, mainly just softening of the stone. So there you have it. That's the full video of apple cider vinegar dissolving stones and using the control with water that softens the stones. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Jordan Blakey, the Liver Flush Man. See you next time.